Hey guys, here I am, still pedaling away in New Mexico. It's day 5. I missed a couple days of videos, but what am I supposed to say? There's not a whole lot to see. You wanna take a look around? At least there's some kind of grass here, so sometimes you see some cows. Day 3. Oh, see what events happened that day. It was just hot and dry, but in the early morning before it was light, I fell off I hit a rock and fell off my bike. And then I couldn't get I wasn't going fast, but I couldn't get my foot out of my pedal in time, and I went down sideways and stuck my hand out and dislocated a finger. Believe it or not. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let's take a look. Oh, there's that. It's kind of going down. I don't know if you can tell, but it's all kind of turning purple now. Dislocated that middle finger. It bent a little bit sideways, so had to massage it in the dark and then pull it out and get the joint to go back in. And then I taped it up. That was 2 days ago. Yesterday it turned purple. It swelled up big, turned purple. Almost looks like the swelling's going down. The purple won't go down for a couple weeks probably. Can't use it, but yeah, and it's my finger I use for shifting. But that was yesterday, or 2 days ago. Then yesterday was a real rough day. I didn't even put in that many miles, but I was worn out by the end of it. I mean, it became rolling hills, and I went up in altitude to high country. But the rolling hills were killing me with this heat and stuff. I didn't run out of water. No, I haven't run out of water yet, but I do think yesterday I was a little bit, and the night before, I felt a little bit like I had heat exhaustion, because I really was beat, and I didn't feel good, but I'm feeling better now. Last night, I stayed in this little town called Corona. It's at the junction of 54, which I'd come up from El Paso, and 42, which I'm on right now, going west, kind of northwest. But it's a very quiet highway if you want to take a look. How's that for a quiet highway? How's that for a quiet highway? Goes on forever. Here comes a car from behind. Yeah, I should say a truck. Not too many cars here, mostly trucks. But this is turning out to be a kind of a nice ride, because I've dropped into a valley and I'm just cruising along. Oh, I was going to tell you that when I got up to altitude where I stayed last night in Corona, there was a campground that was a mile away. And there was a gas station. So I went in the gas station, got some iced teas and a couple sub sandwiches, and went back out on my bike, and I rode to my to where the RV campground was. Got there and realized, oh damn, I left my fanny pack on the table at the gas station. In my fanny pack was money, my credit cards, my ID, basically my life. Oh boy, I was just so exhausted. You know, I wasn't thinking carefully enough or something, and I almost screwed up. Obviously, I'm pedaling away, so all's well that ends well. So I got in a panic, man, and I hustled my butt. And no matter how tired I was, I rode as fast as I could back to that gas station, and my fanny pack wasn't on the picnic table where I was sitting, and I was in a major panic, you know. And I went in the store, and a guy had picked up my fanny pack and gave it to the woman behind the counter, and there was nothing missing, man. The guy was there, so I had the opportunity to thank him, and wow, I was just so thankful, man. I thought, you know, without my ID, without my credit card, no money, I'm out in the middle of the desert, what the heck am I gonna do? But well, like I said, all's well that ends well. Later and then the guy says, hey, if you're looking for a place to camp, there's a little shelter over there next next door. You can put up your tent underneath it. You know, no water or bathrooms, but I was next to the store. So, well, that was pretty nice. And so later in the afternoon, I walked back to the store, and the lady behind the counter, I gave her 10 bucks and said, that guy comes back in here, would you buy him some cold drinks? You know, I owe him, because he really saved my life. I really thought I was screwed. Man, I was just in such a panic, wondering how am I going to deal with this. But all's well that ends well. I got some sleep, maybe not a good night's sleep, because the train was right across the street, and there were trains all night long. And they always had to toot their horns when they went, you know, through that town, so they were blaring their horns right next to me. Noise doesn't bother me too much. I still got sleep, but oh, I had another flat yesterday, same tire. So when I took it apart, yesterday was a hard day. When I pulled over, I took it all apart, and yeah, I had another hole in the inner tube. So I searched and searched, and in one of my sidewalls I found a little tiny piece of wire. It looked like a paper clip, but I'm sure it's one of those little wires from the what do you call, belted tires, because they're all over the sides of highways, you know, where trucks throw a belt off, you know, and there'll be little wires. Just a little tiny piece, and it was just sticking out. I got my needle nose out. Thankfully I had them, and I was able to pull it out. And so now I'm riding today, and the tire's holding. So, yeah, see, I'm back on the road, heading towards my friend Rick Albright's place. Probably be there tomorrow. I talked to him last night. This road is really straight, and I got a little wind behind me. Oh, I was going to say, finally I started seeing some wildlife. From El Paso up to Corona, honestly, I hardly even saw a fly. There was nothing that was alive. Now, when I left Corona, as I was just leaving Corona, there's nothing there. It's a dead little intersection with one gas station. But all of a sudden, some white-tailed deer came hopping across the highway, the road right in front of me. Maybe about 8 of them. Boom, 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 one after another. It was still dark out. Then I turned the corner onto Highway 42, and I started down Highway 42. There's a long downhill. First uphill, then a long downhill. And I looked over to the right, and there was a herd of elk. Elk are giant, man. They were really big. And then I watched them for a while. I continued on. Got light out, sun came up, and I came into this kind of landscape. Oh, you can see it, this kind of landscape. And when I was in that kind of landscape, oh, look at this truck, man. He's coming right over towards me for some reason on my side of the highway. All's good. All's good. Just taking a break. What? The road's closed? Will I be able to walk through there? How far up ahead? Oh, damn. Oh boy. I don't know what I'll do. I'll figure something out. Appreciate it. Yeah, you take care. Thank you. Well, I don't know if you heard that over his truck noise, but 8 miles ahead, a power line fell on a truck, and they've closed the road down. They said it's going to be closed down for 10 hours. Well, I asked if I could get through, and he said no, but I'm not riding back. It's 20 miles back to Corona. So I'm not riding, and there's no other way. So I'm not riding back. I'll get down there. Maybe I can go out in the fields or something and walk through some fields to get past it. I'll cross that. If I have to, I'll camp there for 10 hours. Doesn't matter to me. Yeah, but what was I saying? Oh, yeah, back to the wildlife. So I saw the elk, and I came out into these plains, and I don't know what you call it, high desert, and pronghorn deer. My first pronghorn deer. I've seen them before up north, around Jackson Hole. But these pronghorns were out in the field, man. They're supposed to be the fastest of all the deer, man. They're just galloping away. Yeah, so I've seen some wildlife here. That's pretty interesting, because I hadn't seen even a fly. Okay, I gotta go and pedal away and see what happens. He said 10 miles up, and that's where the thing is taken, or the power line's down. I'll have to check. All right, later, bye.